Hi class, today I just want to give you a brief tutorial on how to use Padlet, and perhaps for some of you this is going to be a review session. Okay, and the English 1 Reg freshman teachers just want to use this Padlet as an artifact, okay, something that you can look back on during this time since we are making history. So if you look up here, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the title. It's called Class of 2023 because this is going to be created by all of you. Okay, yes, we have started it already because we want to create this with you, so we do have our entries in here, and I'll go through and I'll talk about the entries a little bit, and I'll talk about the different categories. You'll see there's different categories here. So this first category says connecting thoughts, and the connecting thoughts category really has to do with Romeo and Juliet. So we want to have all of you making some connections as we read Romeo and Juliet. Okay, and if you recall, we've already talked about how the plague, was something that occurred often during the Elizabethan era, and so we are going through an experience similar to what Romeo and Juliet had to go through during that time. So the first entry is just talking, it's titled Movie Trailer, and it's talking about the prologue and how it opens up, and it sort of serves as a movie trailer, okay? And once we get that far, we will come back and we will ask you to submit your thoughts and to give your response according to this prompt, okay? So the second one is titled Silver Lining, and I should just point out that by each column here you're going to see a scroll bar. So we can have as many entries as we want, and it will just continue to move down. So the silver lining column is really just a place where you're going to record your happy thoughts and things that are going really well for you, even though we're going through some hardships right now. And this first entry was made by Mrs. Ott. Okay, and her entry was talking about during spring break that she was able to still see her grandson and spend some time with him while she was social distancing with him, though she was still following the rules. Okay, and then she's also added a picture of her and of her little grandson here flying the kite here. Okay, the second entry you'll see, it was one that I made, and during this quarantine I celebrated my 25th wedding anniversary with my husband, so we were able to celebrate that together, and I just said that there was nobody else that I'd rather be stuck with. Okay, and then for the last entry here right now, we have Mrs. Spurls. Okay, and her silver lining is that she was able to get some decorating done that, she's been putting off for a while because she's been so busy. Okay, so again, we're just looking for silver linings here, things that you are able to view as a happy moment, even though you might be feeling sad during this time. And for some of you, this might be perfect. You might love this social distancing. Okay, so you're just going to write down your submission here, add your pictures, whatever it might be. Okay, the next one is dark clouds, and there's nothing here yet, but obviously this is, dealing with times of sadness or things that just aren't making you happy right now, things that you're upset with, okay? And so that's where you're going to submit your entries here to this one. And later on I'll come back and I'll show you how to do a submission, and we'll use, since this category is empty right now, we'll use this one. The next category says me freshman year, okay? And so I've made my first entry here, and this is a picture of me currently during freshman year. So in 4 years from now, it's going to be pretty scary for me to look back at this and see how much I aged. Okay, and if we go down, you're going to see Mrs. Ott, and she chose to submit an entry of herself when she was a freshman. Okay, and then of course she has some, text here that you can read. And then Mrs. Spurl has done the same. Okay, and so you do have the ability to like pictures if you want to. So here, I'll show you how to do that. Let's say I want to like Mrs. Spurl's, her cute little picture here. I'm just going to click that, and it says 1 like. Okay, and that's how you do that. And then the last category here says other student contributions. Okay, and so somebody here has posted an article. Okay, and so these contributions, Obviously, we want them to be dealing with what we're going through right now. It could be an article, it could be a TikTok video, it might be a video you've created yourself. It could even be a family video, something that you're doing as a family during this time. Okay, it might be a picture you draw. It can be anything, really, it can be anything. Just know that your teachers will have the ability to see your entry before your peers do. Okay, we want to look and just make sure everything is appropriate. Okay, so going back to how you actually make an entry. It's very simple. The only thing you're going to do here is click the plus button. And let's say I'm just typing a submission today, okay, and I'm not feeling very good. I'm feeling sad. Put sadness. Sadness and blues, because I'm feeling pretty blue, okay? And then I would just type in my submission. I am feeling really unhappy today because I missed my best friend's birthday, and maybe my friend and I usually get together and we weren't able to do that, and I'll continue writing, typing my prompt. There's some other options here, so you could upload something from your computer. You could add a link, okay, if you want to add some sort of link, and it says YouTube, Google Drive, SoundCloud, articles, blogs, you name it. There's so many options here for you. Okay, you could snap a picture. Okay, you could look something up on Google, and then the ellipsis here. Look, you can upload from your computer here. You can link, Google search, snap, film. You can record your voice if you don't want to type. You can record your screen. There are so many options here for you, and it's really just for you to play around with, and you can be as creative as you want to. Okay, if I just hit Google here, maybe I want to add a picture. This depicts somebody that looks kind of sad and lonely, or this emoji here. Again, whatever you choose to do. If I don't like my entry, you simply go back in. I can make additions to it. I can delete part of it. If I hate the whole thing, I'm just going to click the little delete post. It looks like a little garbage can, and that is exactly what I'm going to do right now because I'm not adding anything into this column yet. But we will. For those of you who have already started your journals, you might look at these categories, and I'm willing to bet some of you have already found some silver linings or some dark cloud thoughts, and you could certainly recycle some of those entries, just copy and paste and add them into here. You just want to make sure that you have your name, okay, somewhere next to here so we know who submitted it. Okay, again, because this is going to be among Mrs. Ott's, Mrs. Spurl's, and mine, Mrs. LeBonk's classes, okay? And we would really like you to use this as an artifact. During your senior year, this is going to be something really fun for you to all look back on. And maybe even during your first reunion, you're going to have this showcased on a big screen or something for everybody to look at. Who knows, okay? But that is the quick tutorial for you. Okay, so if you have any other questions, you can certainly email your teacher, and if your teacher isn't sure, you can certainly email me, or your teacher can ask me, and I will try to help out as best I can. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.